Welcome ladies and gents to Minecraft. I'm Master Gladius. Let's play. So what we'll do is I'll swap into my normal view just to get started, and I'll put on the HUD. So as you can see, this is my beacon. I've set it up. I set it up actually last episode, but I never actually showed it on camera, so I thought I'd show it now quickly. It's not going to stay here forever. I've only got it here temporarily while I'm building the iron golem farm. So actually off camera I've done a lot of work building this thing up. I had to go farming for a lot of resources, and yeah, it's coming out quite nicely actually. I'll show you what it is. It's the basic sort of generic setup you normally see. The only thing missing is the villagers, which I'll load in this episode, but I thought I'd show you around, just walk you around it basically. You've probably seen this design a few times before, but I've just sort of modified it by having this walkway around the outside, which is not really necessary, but I've just stuck it in there to help me move the villagers around, because I'm only going to put them in one side. Yeah, standard design. Once this sort of walkway bit goes, it'll look a bit nicer, I think. But yeah, it's got the sort of doors trick with the sort of villager chambers inside. I'm using sea lanterns to light up the inside. I hope I don't drown here. I shouldn't. And then there's a sort of pit there. If I don't want to dig through actually until I'm guaranteed to get. How many have I got? 34 on this. Okay, so. Okay, let's just do that. So yeah, the sort of standard trick of the water system, pushing the iron golems in. Just drop down to here. See, there's a second spawning floor, and I'll drop down to here. It shouldn't take much damage. There we go, only a couple, or not even a couple of hearts. And if I just dig through here, which is the only bit I haven't finished yet. Oh, there's my cobble. Okay, so just fill that in. I have the sort of rest of the area. So a lot of this area seems like it's going to be wasted space, but what I'm actually going to do is have some pathways branching off, and I'm going to have sort of a return system for the iron that the iron golems drop built into this somehow. So I'll have like an item elevator, which I've used previously. Yeah, various other things I'm going to use. I'm going to have around here. I'm going to dig down a tunnel down that shaft you saw here. And I'll probably also strip mine while I'm there, just to, well, not strip mine, what's it called, just beacon mine the area out, just so that I can sort of gather some resources while I'm at it, and also I think it'll be useful. Yeah, I have to dig down anyway. I'm also going to build another of these chambers, probably above the water, quite high up, and have them drop through again, but I'm not going to do that for now. I wanted to just get one spawning cell done this episode. If I feel the need for iron is there, I'll build the second one. But yeah, I'll leave you right here right now. Just so that I can fill in this area, clear out the water and everything. And yeah, we'll see what I've done in a second. Alright guys, so I am at the iron golem farm. Whoa, frame rate lag there. Whoa, don't know what happened there. So, as you can see, I have basically set up a sort of killing column that runs down to bedrock basically, and I've got two rows of chests on either side. So I have this row here which is empty, and this row which has iron in it so far. This is all iron I've gathered, and this is also iron I've gathered. I've taken this stuff out just to show you something that I've done. I've not filled any of these yet, but I will do eventually. But I'll show you the sort of bare bones. Oh, hello, actually this is perfect timing. So if I chuck that there. Oh, that's good timing. So as you can see, he's falling down. And I've got these sort of pressure plate based systems. Iron golems are 2 blocks wide by 3 high. So he's always going to trigger this piston crusher. And there you go, he dropped the iron. Now if we stand here, there you go, you can see the iron just being dispensed. And it floats up here. Lovely. Oh, I'm going to have to climb up a bit quick. Hopefully I'll make it in time. I probably won't make it to see the iron come to the surface, but as you saw from the beginning, the chests were all filled with just, let's get up here, all filled with just, let's grab that. I'll explain all the redstone in a sec. I'm just going to show you it's working so far. So if you look, see, there you go, there's the iron being dispensed in there. So first of all, the first thing I put in was this sort of secret entrance trapdoor. So if I throw a block on top of this block, it disappears. That's because there's a hopper minecart underneath which can pick up items through a block, which gets transferred down a hopper into this chest where there's a comparator with redstone powering a torch which powers another torch which powers this iron trapdoor. If I just open that chest, take that out, see the trapdoor closes. To open it on the way out, I just press that button. The reason I used wood, by the way, is just that the wood button actually stays depressed for longer, so it powers it for longer. If I go through here now, this is only a working model, it's not exactly finished in terms of I'll skin it up properly later. I don't know why I did it on quartz, I think it's just the block I had on hand at the time. But it's a bit of a waste. I can't be bothered. After I built it, at the time I was just experimenting, but after I built it I can't be bothered to take it down. So I'll just show you how I've done this. So if I just take this and I fill up that dispenser with iron, dropper even, with iron, and then what I'm going to do is place this quartz block and then talk to you about what's happening. So as you can see, this is rapidly firing. That's because I have a comparator, and look at that, it's also firing out all the items quite quickly as well. I have a comparator, actually I think that's faster, but it doesn't matter. I have a comparator underneath, testing for whether there is an item inside the dropper down there. That comparator then feeds directly into a redstone repeater, which powers that block. Oh, you can see the repeater there. Powers that block, which powers a line up to here. Now, both of these comparators are set to addition mode, I think it is. Yeah, addition mode, which power this block. So this block, when it's powered, powers this line of redstone and also the redstone dust in a single dot on top of the dropper as well. So when you power this block, the redstone line trails back in and basically creates a sort of clock-based system by repeatedly turning on and off these comparators, and by doing so it turns on and off that redstone dust on top of here and causes the dropper to repeatedly fire and drop all the items inside of it. So yeah, that's how I've done that. The next thing I'd like to explain is basically the water stream system. So I've got a water stream system running around, fairly straightforward. I've used it before. I had to work around the bedrock here, but yeah, as you'll see, it works out quite nicely. The water runs along, the items flow along, hit the sidewall here, and then flow up this pillar here of glass and float to the surface where they're just collected in the chests up the top. I'll show you the chests again in a sec when I get back up to just show you that all the items went back up. You'll also see there's all this redstone here, and the redstone does a couple of things. So the first thing is, if I decide to just leave my computer running overnight to harvest iron, I'm probably going to get overflowing amounts of it. So what I decided to do was have a triple backup system. The first backup is up the top there on the other side of this of the chest that you saw falling in the water. That was the first backup, and then the second backup, which I haven't actually built yet, and also this enters into the what's it called? The oh, what's it? I can't remember what it's called now. The mine shaft, the abandoned mine shaft. Yeah. So redstone basically runs. I have a comparator set up to detect when the top chest fills up to full. When it does do that, what happens is the redstone line is powered, sent all the way around to here via a long chain using torches and repeaters to basically... Oh, diamond. I knew that was there anyway, don't worry. I was just doing this because I wanted to get this done quickly so I could show you. This redstone line does two things. First of all, it powers this piston here, causing this piston, it's a sticky piston by the way, to extend and block the water flow here. At the same time, it powers this repeater, which, if I can get up here, turns off this torch. By turning off this torch, depowers this line, and it deactivates this piston, which is perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. And the final thing it does, and it's something... Oh, I've realised I've screwed up here, and I'm going to have to fix it, but I know how to fix it, so it doesn't actually matter. In fact, I will fix it just now. I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, guys, so I'm back. The thing I forgot to do was put these two repeaters here. I think I broke them at some point and never put them back. So what I'll do is, I also brought these two redstone torches just to show you basically what the redstone does, just because it makes my life easier that way. So if I put that there, that simulates the top chest of the first chain being completely full. So as you can see, it's redirected the flow of water by extending this piston down to block it off on this side, and at the same time it has lifted this piston by depowering this and allowing the water stream to flow this way. Now I had to be a bit convoluted with how I did that, but with how I got the water to actually flow around to this side. But as you'll see, the water flows around there, and the items ascend up this side. Now the third and final thing that this design has is this side. So once the... Oh, that's not good. Oh, well, okay, at least I'm collecting iron still. It didn't look like a lot. Anyway, so yeah, the third and final thing this has is a secondary collateral system, which is if I get even more iron than I can manage, which basically does a very simple thing, which is when the top chest up there is filled up, it powers this line here, basically the same thing as on the other side, but this side does cut two things actually. First of all, as you can see, the repeater here powers this repeater and disables it. So when this is disabled, it doesn't draw power from this block and it doesn't repower this block. And actually this ice block here that you saw above water and part of the wall is actually attached to a sticky piston, which is, you can actually see the repeater down there that powers it, extended upwards. So when both sides are completely full, this piston will be down, this piston will be down, and this piston will be up, will be down as well instead of up. And when, yeah, it's just a bit confusing because this one's actually inverted. But yeah, basically that means that I can actually redistribute the flow of water when certain areas get filled up, which is really, really useful, because what I'm going to finally do is have a third item elevator, but not as extreme, and then basically just build a silo-based system. And a silo-based system is basically where I have... oh, I'm getting more iron. Oh, see, look at that. I just redirected the flow and it's gone exactly where I want it to, which is right there. So I'm going to break this torch first. That iron's gone up there. I'm going to... piston. I'm going to break that torch there. And the water has been redirected back around to here, which is perfect. And if I just chuck this down into... Oh, not quite. I'll do it here, it's easier. Chuck that in there, and that in there. And the items will flow around. Lovely jubbly. That basically is what I have done. It's a bit elaborate, but I have a funny feeling that I'm going to spend a lot of time in this base not actually collecting iron. And the iron golems are just going to keep dying repeatedly. And I'm also going to add another drop chamber to the top above water, sort of like a satellite, to drop the iron golems down. And that's going to increase the yield of this farm. And I really need a way of sorting all that iron and the poppies as well. And the silo-based system basically will be like a... how to explain it? It's just a... How to explain it? Well, I keep saying how to explain it, don't I? It's basically just a series of chests with hoppers on them, but arranged in a way which is quite compact, but stores a lot of items. So finally, just to show you that all the system works, I'm going to climb all the way to the top. Can I get up to the top? Yes, I can. I always get stuck there because I forget to move across. So I'll just press the button to get out. And as you'll see, there are more pieces of iron and poppies in there. And also, when I was working the system downstairs, I accidentally made some items go up here. So you'll see them in there. Here, there you go. So I'll just transfer them across. But yeah, in the space of just talking to you, you'll see that 2 iron golems fell down. Sometimes there's a bit more of a delay. It can't be helped. But when I increase the number of, or like when I build the secondary spawning chamber, the actual spawn rates will go up quite significantly. I quite like this little system of hiding the trapdoor open and close button. It's just a lot nicer, I think, and by surrounding it, it's not actually noticeable when you walk in like an obvious lever or button, because I really hate just like a lever laying around. That's why the system of pressure plates on this descending staircase system, well, the frame rate is ridiculous. Yeah, that's why I use pressure plates here actually, because they blend in a bit more, and I quite like hidden mechanisms for doing that. And I really wished I could have hidden these redstone repeaters. Oh, I have a lot of them, guys. Those guys, even not them guys. And also, I found this librarian. He has looting 3. Not bad. Whoa! Oh, yeah. With a skull. This is just the remnants from when I was moving the villagers around. Yep. But yeah. So, I think at the moment I have about 10 minutes worth of video. Or maybe 12 minutes. Which is absolutely fine. It's actually perfect because I've probably got time to do one small minor project now, and that'll be the last project for this episode, which will be working on the Nether hub. Now, the nether hub is going to be really important for me because I'm going to be spending a lot of time there. And I want to set up a sort of system where I have minecarts just going off to all the random places I want to get to. So like a mesa biome when I finally find one, spiked ice biome, swamp because I might build a witch farm. What else is there going to be? Definitely one to a secret project that's coming up. I'll talk about that maybe in the next episode or the episode after, I'm not sure. But yeah, basically I want just a sort of system of minecarts where I can just get in, depending on the direction I want to go to. So I'll have like a north, south, east and west compass based system. I'll annotate the sides so I know where everything is, and then I want to just get in a minecart and push a button and it will take me to the right place. So yeah, I'm going to first of all work on just the design of the Nether Fortress, and I'll probably leave the sort of complicated minecart system for next episode. But yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Alright guys, so after looking at the time, I've realised I've actually got about nearly 20 minutes of recording done, which is much more than I thought I had. So in fact I'm going to save the next little bit of the episode to next time. And yeah, it's the next two episodes, or next set of episodes, should all be very redstone oriented. So if you're interested in a lot of redstone builds, you'll probably enjoy the next few lot of builds. Some sort of quirky, unusual designs I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do before. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, maybe you could leave a like and a comment. I'd be really grateful if you could. And if you really enjoyed it, you could even subscribe. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Peace out. Bye.
If you enjoyed your life.